Hello again, thanks for joining. So it's the mighty BR01, this one from the DB. It's a Fleischmann model. I always find them to be really good, and I've got quite a few in my collection. I'm really happy to have this one. It's quite an impressive steam locomotive. It's number 1362 in the Fleischmann catalogue. I don't think it's that old, particularly in the Fleischmann range, because it's got the polystyrene tray. So, it's a relatively recent release from when Fleischmann still did HO stuff. But let's get this open and we'll check out this mighty beast. And here it is. What an impressive model this is. This steam locomotive, the 01 class, is an iconic German locomotive, and lots of models of this have been made in the past by other manufacturers. So what's Fleischmann's one like? So let's have a closer look and we'll check it out. So I'm going to have to be careful handling this model because the tender is actually permanently attached and there's some cables running between the two. But looking down this end of the locomotive, we've got these wind deflectors. They're very iconic of this particular locomotive. The brackets there look really chunky and they're made of plastic as well, so they can likely break off quite easily if you're not careful. Just having a look down into the chimney there, it's quite a big opening. I think we might actually have a steam generator in there, or if not, there'll be space to put one in. The front of the locomotive has some really nice checker effect down here, and the number is printed very clearly on the smoke box door, which has got a lot of nice detail too. These little parts here could be easily broken off. They're just made of plastic, so we're going to have to be careful with those. And also the buffers are made of plastic, and we have a dummy coupling as well. And these steps are also plastic, so there's a lot to break off this model if you're not careful. Looking down the side of the boiler, these pipes are all moulded into the main piece of plastic, but it does have a lot of detail here with the ribs and some rivet detail. We do have extra parts like this part up here and this part here too, but it does suffer from having a moulding mark running down the top of the boiler here. Thankfully it doesn't go over the dome, but the rest of it does have that mark, which I really don't like seeing. But there is some nice rivet detail around these hatches, which is pretty cool. And you can see the checkerboard effect down here on the running plate. This has red edging here, which is being painted on. And it's supplemented by some red pipework as well, which is an extra piece made in red plastic. There's another red tank down here, again made of plastic. But we do have a metal chassis here with some plastic parts added onto it. I'll come to that in a minute, because I just want to have a look around the cab area, which is really good. The printing is great and it's got so much rivet detail as well. We've got flush fit glazing on the front window there, no window on the back here, but the detail continues all the way up onto the roof where we've got even more rivet detail as well. But no moulding mark there, which is great. On the other side of the loco, we have a reversing rod as a separate piece, which is added on. That's made of plastic, but it looks like the whistle and this part here is part of the main moulding. It's just sticking up here. Again, very easy to break off. So looking further down, the piston area here is really good with some rivet detail too. And the valve gear is pretty much all made of metal, apart from this slider in here, which is made of plastic. But it does look really good and fine, and it's got the red inserts as well, which look great. And the wheels look really good too. Now you can see that I can revolve these because the drive is actually in the tender. This is just picking up and it's sending power back to the tender where the drive is happening. The front pony truck here is made of metal and it has these metal wheels too, as are the driving wheels. I like how the brake gear is in line with the wheels as well. We've got the usual Fleischmann stud here for extra accessories on the track. And at the back we have another pony truck which is made of metal with another wheel as well. It's different size than the front ones and it's been faithfully reproduced here with a red insert too. All looks really good, this locomotive. The tender is all made of plastic, quite slab sided. There's no detail on there at all. I think that's just indicative of this particular type of tender. But we do have some writing there printed on, which is really good. And looking up top, we've got a good representation of coal there. And as we move towards the back, we've got some hatches moulded up here. We've got the electrical flashes and we've got some steps just moulded into the main piece of plastic. And it looks as though we've possibly got lighting as well with these three little lamps. And we've got the chassis here in red with the buffers in plastic added on and the Fleischmann coupling. Very typical design hanging out the back here, and it is articulated too. If you look underneath, you can see that it has a metal part where the motor is and it's driving the front three wheels. The back ones don't have any drive on them, even though they've got traction tyres, which is a bit odd. I guess that's maybe a cost cutting exercise because the wheels are all the same here on the tender, but they are spoked, which is really good. And it seems to have this little plate here between these two sets of wheels. Maybe it's sharing power or something, but I'm not quite sure. It's not that good here underneath the cab and the tender where you've got this cable that's quite noticeable, and also the drawbar is quite a shiny colour as well. But the back of the tender there looks really good. Got a lot of detail moulded in there, and we've got these little doors as well. And if you can see inside the cab, we've got quite a lot of detail on the back of the firebox, which is pretty good, and a lot of rivet detail around it too. No driver and fireman though. So in my mind this is a bit of a mixed bag because the locomotive looks really good. I really like the wheels on it and the valve gear looks really good. But the tender does look a bit plasticky and it could benefit from some improvements, especially at the back with the ladders, for example. The coal's not too bad on the top though. But how does this locomotive fare? Let's put it on the test track and see how it runs. Well, as usual, it's Hornby third radius track I've got here, and this track is starting to get a bit old now, so it's a good test of locomotives. I'm using my old H&M controller on 12 volts DC to give this some power, so I've not run it since I bought this, so let's see what happens when we turn on the power. Well, I didn't expect that from a Fleischmann model. Normally they run really good, but this one is a bit ropey. It sounds quite rough and it seems to get stuck here on the track as well. One thing I did notice, which I didn't get straight away, was that it has lighting at the front of the locomotive, just at the top lamp there, but it came on, which was a nice surprise. It's a bit of a strange one, this. Normally they run really good, but this one doesn't. It might just need a bit of a clean up, but the wheels on the locomotive seem pretty clean, so it should be picking up okay. But anyway, let's put this on the scales and we'll see how much it weighs. So this model weighs 559 grams. So Fleischmann's BR01 locomotive. Now I really wanted to love this locomotive. I like the looks of it and I love those smoke deflectors at the front. The valve gear is really good and the wheels look fantastic too. But I think this has been let down a little bit by the drive and the tender, and also actually the tender moulding too, which, isn't really that good. It's definitely a locomotive of two halves. The locomotive itself is really good, the detail on it, fantastic. The printing is very clear and it looks really smart as well. Quite a beefy thing. The tender though just looks a little bit cheap, and it could have so easily had things like the ladders, a separate part, and just a little bit of sprucing up here and there would have made it really good. It may be that this model was stuttering on the third radius track because it was maybe a little bit too tight for it. I don't think it was, but it could be that, so something to bear in mind if you're thinking about buying this locomotive. It is a 462. I have seen 210Os running better on this track, so it's a bit of a mixed bag for me. There's a lot to like about this locomotive, but a few considerations as well. But what did you think about this? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to know your thoughts. And if you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps this channel. Now I'm going to put this on the turntable so you can see all the way around. And then that wraps up another one of these review videos. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you being here. And I'll see you on the next one.
So model trains, model worlds, choo-choo, model trains, tiny worlds, choo-choo. So model trains, tiny trains, model worlds, choo-choo, model trains, tiny worlds, choo-choo.